He Adam, was born of a Asha, female woman. If you read the Hebrew of that verse where you see mistranslated as man in English, the Hebrew has Adam and there was no vowel marks in the original, which looked like this. This later changed. So they play word games as Arabs do with Arabic, and it later changed also. They did this to say the vowel marks make it mankind or in general man as in men, when in fact it's his name Adam Ruddy, one of the earth or ground. He was born of a Muldad Tat, mother. Remember what you hold in your hand as the Bible book, be it Habaruyi, Hebrew or Engel Sui, English that is not the original script, and it's a new Hebrew script and they just replace the original words to what you see today. When you hold a Hebrew Bible today that is not the original script. When you hold an Arabic Quran today that is not the original script. They've changed the words which changes the meanings, like this. You look at Job 14:1, man, Hebrew strong number 120, Adam, that is born of a woman, Hebrew Strong's number 80, Isha, woman, wife, is of few days, and full of trouble. In Habaruyi, Hebrew, the first word you will see is the three letters Adam, the name. Yet, when they made an Arabic Bible you will see how they could have put is used in Quran 333 yet they changed the first word to Al-Insan. Arabic Bible, Job 14:1, in part, Al-Insanu Mulawad al-Murad. The forgetful people, ones born of the women. They actually changed it from Adam, the man to Al-Insan, the forgetful ones, men, more than one person. This is what has happened now that they Jews, Christians and Muslims have lost or destroyed the originals and recreated new versions and new scripts with replaced words which Gayor, changed the meanings. And that means he had 46 chromosomes, he had X and Y, as all males, he was born with a Sharar, navel in Hebrew and Sarat in Arabic as all humanoids, attached to his mother's umbilical cord inside her Raham, womb, born after the Tasan Kabat, 9th month. And this began the next 7,000 years and he was only given 6,000 of the 7,000 to have Tarda, dominion, Genesis 1:28, and God blessed them. And God said unto them, be fruitful, and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion. Hebrew strong number 7,287, Rada, over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. Revelation 13:2 to rule his race and people for 6,000 years, dominion over that part of the planet from 4000 BC to 2000 AD. Then the last 1,000 years begins 42,000 plus 7,000 or the last 1,000 equals 49,000 years or the jubilee of 50,000 years. Two 24,000-year cycles and 2 millenniums of 1,000 years each. At each end called the desist or rest, Sabbath. This is when and how the last 6,000 years from 4000 BC to 2000 AD, the end of Adamite dominion or rule has come. And now Munwapu, Nuwapians, he as a Sanafu, species will fade away. And become extinct the end of the devil's rule. The first seed of them, the Nordics or pure Mulbanu, whites are gone. Their ape-man Cro-Magnon is gone. Now he moves on from the pale transparent skinned, the transparent thin straight fur in the transparent eye color, to the flush fair skin, the yellow thin straight fur and the Zarik Ion Twi, blue eyes who will fade next, and the Neanderthal will be replaced by the finding of other DNA of their Salal race and they will also fade away and become extinct. Except their Ashahu, females who hold their mitochondrial DNA who are now mixing with races of Lawan, color, yet the new breed will be hybrids or neutrinoids and will, like most mulatto, join on into the Mukmam Salal, black race to survive. That is the woman's natural instinct. Between the year 2000 to 2030 AD on to 2060 AD the original Nordic Laban Farar, white fur, white eyes, transparent skin race who were used to make the Adamite race is gone forever, only subseeds of them remain. Never to be remade the evil race of mischief makers who birthed all chaos on earth for 6,000 Shamatat years. The killings, wars, rapes, stealing of Saka, land and other races. The one who mixed his diseased seed and Rh-negative damam, blood types with all others the cursed seed of Mubrasu, lepers will be removed off the Mikab, planet. This will be heaven come down to earth or your kingdom come, your will, Enki will be done on earth, Chi as it is in heaven, and, Orion. So this seed of Muadamu, Adamites spread on earth in Mesopotamia and they had Daniel 4:13, 17, 21, Air, Hebrew Strong's numbers 5,894, Watcher, Guard, the Anunnaki called the Watchers, Ikaki, watching over them appointed by Enlil brother of Enki. Enki equals Yahweh, and Enlil equals Baal. And they were given laws and commandments to obey and follow. When Adam and Eve had sex, it was taught to them by Nin Gish Ziddah the son of Enki and Hesat. This is clear in Genesis 3 when you know the true story is now revealed in stone tablets found in 1885 AD thought 1887 AD, and since then many thousands more which tell the true story, and even in 1845 AD there was uncovered in the deserts of Egypt clay jars with lost scrolls called Gnostic Gospels, which also revealed so much left out of Bibles today, and then in 1947 AD outside of Jerusalem was found in caves even more and older scrolls, that also reveal stories not found in the Bible called the Dead Sea Scrolls. So nowadays with the stone tablets, the scrolls uncovered the story of Genesis 3 is much clearer, even Rananat, names. My beloved children of Wu-Nawap, when you have done your research and investigations you see things as they really were and are. We call that the right knowledge, the right wisdom, the right understanding that leads to the right overstanding which is sound right reasoning. With that Siam Akal, divine mind you can see it clear such as Genesis, chapter 3. When you look things up, you find that the word serpent in Hebrew of the Torah of the 5 books of Moses, where you first find the name or title serpent in Arabic, is Hayat. Quran 2-107 uses tapan. Serpent, snake is never used for the devil or Satan. In fact the Hebrew word for Satan means adversary and is not found in the Torah of Moses. Nowhere in these 5 books is that word, title, attribute ever found, not one place, in his so-called Safaat books, 1, Genesis, 2, Exodus, 3, Leviticus, 4, Numbers, and 5, Deuteronomy. It was first used in 1 Chronicles 21:1, all the other books are not of the original books of the Torah. They are by others who made claims based on the original 5 book of Moses. So the serpent of Genesis 3:1-14 or Nakash, Nahash, Hebrew Strong's number 5175-5180, to hiss, whisper a magic spell, divination, divine, enchanter, wise one, incantation. The many translations of it even found in the Muslims' holy book Al-Quran chapter 114-4 as Al-Kanas, the withdrawing whisperer, he in the Torah Genesis, chapter 3, is not Satan, or Shaitan, Quran 2:36, Shaitan from the same Hebrew Satan. And the serpent is not the devil in Hebrew of the Torah as you can read in Hebrew in 2 books of the Torah, Leviticus 17:7, and they shall no more offer their sacrifices unto devils, Sapphire, Hebrew Strong's 8163, after whom they have gone a-whoring. This shall be a statute forever unto them throughout their generations. For the devils you will find Seir, which is a goat man. And in the book of the Torah, Deuteronomy 32:17, they sacrificed unto devils, Shad, Hebrew Strong's number 7700, not to God, to gods whom they knew not, to new gods that came newly up, whom your fathers feared not. For the devil, you will find Shad, devil is a demon. So, again, the serpent is not the mudwa, devil or Satan. It was the Greeks and Romans who mistranslated their New Testament and added this mistake as in Revelation 12:9. Revelation 12:9, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil, and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world, he was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. This is a Christian mistake of a Hebrew or Jewish book of Genesis 3:1, the serpent was not the devil. Leviticus 17:7, Hebrew Strong's number 8163, Deuteronomy 32:17, Hebrew Strong's number 7700, and serpent in Genesis is Hebrew Strong's number 5175, and serpent in Revelation 12:9 is Hebrew Strong's number 3789. So, the Christian sect took the Jewish book, translated it into new Lahajat languages and used their own words not checking the Torah in ancient Hebrew from Chaldean, and the result is a big mistake that is much too late to change now after thousands of years. The other books and New Testament made these up, they did not understand the Torah. Of whom was this man speaking with Eve in the Garden of Eden, which in Hebrew Gan Eden means enclosure of pleasures and or delights? Who was he? He could speak, he knew God, and called the God a Mukthaber, liar in Genesis 3:4-5. He told Eve you will not die or drop dead if you partake of the fruit, that God lied to Adam Genesis 2:16-17, and he did not lie to Eve as God lied to Adam because they did both partake of it that very Zamet, day, and did not drop dead or he did not moat, die. Ka'uf, fear this God. The word used for day in that verse in Hebrew is yom, Hebrew Strong's number 3117, and means when looked up, the heat of daylight, the hot part of day, that is, the first 10 hours from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m., the heat of the day, so they did not drop dead and it was not until evening after the heat of Zamet, day that this God Enlil came to check on them. Genesis 3:8, he and his host, his sons Nan Nar and Nin Ta was wind breaths, cool wind of the day, that is walking on earth inside the garden and it was in the cool, Hebrew Strong's number 7307, Ruach, evening, after the heat of day. Yet, before dark or night and he was confused about what he lied about, Genesis 3:9-15. Just as there Jesus said of him, John 8:44, Ye are of your father the devil, and the lusts of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar, and the father of it. He was a liar, and Lil lied to Adam, and the serpent told Eve the sawab, truth. They did not die that zamet, day once they ate of it. So munwapu, nu wapians of wu nu up, the right knowledge, you see this Nakash, serpent was not Satan, he was not the devil, he was a person just like the God, and knew he was a muktabar, liar. You can find the goat man devil in other books outside of the 5 books of Moses, such as in 2 Chronicles 11:15, and as demon in Psalm 106:37. It's the mistranslations or translators who try to deceive you with new English meanings and confuse the serpent of the book of Genesis 3 with devil or Satan. You can find serpent used many places other ways, not as a person, such as in Genesis 44:15, Genesis 49:17, and Exodus 4:3, not the same person who is in Genesis 3:1-15, who, as you read in verse 15, had a seed like Eve, and the word for seed there in Hebrew is Hebrew Strong's number 2233, zera seed, carnally fruitful, posterity, zera, from zerma, semen. So seed there is posterity, offspring, seed, or karad, child. This Nakash or serpent had manam, sperm, mata, semen, chromosomes, X and Y, DNA, and yakasa, genes. He had a hamat tat, wife, or hamat tatu, wives. He had kardu, children. He had offsprings. He was human with 46 chromosomes, same as Eve, or he had 47 chromosomes as a savant from French savior. To know things, a learned person, which some Wu-Sabat Mutatalu, extraterrestrials had and passed on to humans in their DNA, breeding, that is by seed. So this serpent was a savant with 47 chromosomes. He had a seed. He was in Wu-Sabat Mutatal, extraterrestrial, yet in human form, called a serpent of snake man, an Arconian, a humanoid mixed. He was Jehutwi, Tahuti, Thoth, Ningish Zita. A reptilian humanoid, Homo saurus. His mother Hesat a Nagar Nadu, Negroid Mukmat Zaz's Tat, Egyptian woman. His father Enki and Anunnaki, Anakim, part reptilian. Why Enki was called Ea, or E equals abode of, and N equals water. In their language is pronounced Ea, as in Exodus 3:14, Ea Asher Ea, I am that I am, is another mistranslation. So the serpent was a humanoid reptilian who was the son of Enki and Hesat. He had 47 chromosomes as many Wu-Sabat Mutatalu, extraterrestrials. He was not the devil, he was not Satan or Shaitan or a demon, nor a jinn. The other Safat books of the Old Testament or Tanakh had the 5 books of Moses or Torah confused, and the New Testament and the Quran, their last testament, copied from the Tanakh, not the Torah, so they also got Nakash or Kanas mixed up with Satan or the devil. They don't understand the true stories of the two sides of Anu Elyon, the Most High's sons Enki and Enlil, and their offspring seed sons and daughters or sons of gods, Genesis 6:1-5, and how both sides fight over who will be the one God over Muadamu Salal, Adamite race, the Laban Salal, white race only, and this confusion passed on into the other religions of Adamites. Judaism or Mosesism, Christianity or Christism, Paulism, Al-Ilm or Mohammedism, Islamism, and even on to Mormonism. And there are many Safat books taken from the original 5 books of Moses, now confused and mistranslated true books, scrolls, lost and or destroyed by those who were real mudwa'u, devils in human form, pretending to be prophets who made up their own books, gospels, epistles, psalms, stories, legends, tales, and mixed lies with the sawab, truth, to deceive the whole Tapal world. It was all about the extraterrestrials' DNA, their yakasa genes, the elixir of extended life. For the Wu-Sabat Mutatalu, extraterrestrials lived on Taha, earth much longer than humans, whom they made Moses a symbol, Exodus 7:1, and the Lord said unto Moses, See, I have made thee a god to Pharaoh, and Aaron thy brother shall be thy prophet. Made into a god, Elohim, of their life of living for 120 years, as Moses was when he was taken up Mount Nebo, as you read in Deuteronomy 34:7, and Moses was 120 years old when he died. His eye was not dim, nor his natural force abated. His spirit was taken up at age 120, which was Adamite's appointed waqt, time to live, Genesis 6:3, and the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall by 120 years. Until they mixed seeds with the sons of gods, in which Eve did in Genesis 4:1, and Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived, and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. She had gotten Cain from the Lord, who this one was Kata, Genesis 4:7, If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted. And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. Sin, the Akkadian name from Nan-Nar, son of Enlil, in Akkadian he was called Sin same as Sinai the Mount, Exodus 19:1. In the 3rd month, when the children of Israel were gone forth out of the land of Egypt, the same day came they into the wilderness of Sinai. This is where Moses got his Torah originally from Tammuz son of Damuzi and Anana, on stone tablets in cuneiform to Akkadian, Akkad, Genesis 10:10, and the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, and Erech, and Akkad, and Calneh, in the land of Shinar. So the seed of Adam was only to live a physical life of 120 years, so they wanted the secret to extended life that the Wu-Sabat extraterrestrials used while on Earth to extend 1 day to 1,000 Shamatat years, so they wanted the secrets of the tree of life and live forever once the garden was destroyed. Ezekiel 36:35. And they shall say this land shall like the Garden of Eden, and the waste and desolate and ruined cities are become fenced and are inhabited. And in Joel 2:3, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them. And Isaiah 51:3, for the Lord shall comfort Zion, he will comfort all her waste places, and he will make her wilderness like Eden, and her desert like the garden of the Lord. Joy and gladness shall be found therein, thanksgiving, and the voice of melody. So the Garden of Eden in Arabia's Mecca was destroyed, and the secrets of extended life longer than 120 years for human flesh was lost, so they still seek what they call Fountain of Youth, the Tree of Life. So the only way to get this was from the seed of the Wu-Sabat extraterrestrials. It was in their rayak, saliva, in their damam, blood, in their manam, sperm, mata, semen called maf kuzhat, the elixir of extended life. So this was the birth of oral sex and tongue kissing first taught in the Garden of Eden to TT, seed of my seed, Kawa, giver of life, Eve, mother of living by the son of Enki and Hesed. So this is the true meaning of the 3rd chapter in the Torah, book of Genesis of genealogy, Genesis 5:1. This is the book of the generations of Adam. In the day that God created man, in the likeness of God made he him. The woman's seed, because women have the mitochondrial DNA, the family records, so it's the women's seed, Genesis 3:15, and it was Eve who had oral sex with the serpent Nin Gish Ziddah, and from her you see the Muadamu. Adamite seed lived much longer than the appointed 120 years, even Adam, because he also exchanged body fluids after Genesis 3:5-7. The word for eat or did eat in Hebrew is akai, the same in Arabic akai. It means eat, to consume, to devour, not just food. It is used for anything taken in physically or mentally or read, studied, learned. You can find that same madat word used, not as something you eat as fauakat, fruits or bara, food. Just look this up in book of Ezekiel 3:1-4, eat a scroll. Ezekiel 3:1-4, moreover he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. And he said unto me, Son of man, go, get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. Or look at book of Revelation 10:9, eat a little book. Revelation 10:9, and I went unto the angel, and said unto him, Give me the little book. And he said unto me, Take it, and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. So it's not always food, as that madat word is also found other places in the Bible for consume, devour, such as in Psalm 69:9, For the zeal of thine house hath eaten me up, and the reproaches of them that reproached thee are fallen upon me. And Jeremiah 24:3, also 2 Samuel 2:26, even Genesis 31:15 and Exodus 24:17, the exact same word akai used for eat, of the fruit of the tree in the middle of the Garden of Eden. It meant to study, consume, devour, and eat is also used for liquids as well. To take in what is sacred and secret, or which is secreted from the manam, penis or katat, vagina, to bring about a change or transformation in a person. You are what you eat. Yes, both males and females have mata, semen. Zaz's tattoo, women can also ejaculate by her divine spot called today her G-spot. The mixture is called namam. It gives the body divine sakam, power, in short it's called noon. In the book of Genesis, chapter 3 this was kept in the middle of the place in the Kaaba in the center of Becca, now Mecca in Arabia, eastward of Africa.